So many of you are real. I come from a very awful place called corporate America. And in corporate America, I would walk into meetings as a CRO, and I would say things like that, and people would say, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I always thought, that's so weird, right? Am I the only weird person that ever struggled with confidence? In fact, I've struggled with confidence my entire life. I still do to this day. And it was funny, I just wrote a book called Confidence Creator. It's here now for you guys to pick up if you'd like. Be happy to sign it for you after. And one of the things about my book is it's real. It's authentic. It's the lowest moments of my life and how I learned to build confidence from them. A lot of people don't like that. It's not comfortable for a lot of people. And it sure wasn't comfortable for me writing it, nor publishing it, nor putting it out there. However, on LinkedIn, the week I was publishing my book and putting it out to the world, May 22nd, I wrote a post and I said, holy cow, my confidence has never been as low as it is right now. I'm petrified. I don't know if everyone's gonna hate my book, throw tomatoes at me. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel really low. And it was so funny because someone said, why would I buy a book about confidence from a woman who questions her own confidence? And I said, oh my gosh, amazing question. I love you, Mr. whoever you are, Mr. Corporate America. So here's the thing, and I wrote this. I said, you would have loved me 10 years ago. Because 10 years ago, in my early 30s, I was that corporate America person. I put on the ice face. I put on the whole mask. And I pretended I was uber confident. Inside, I felt like crap. I was scared to death every day. And I really never owned my power. I imitated other people. I tried to be like people I saw getting ahead. And I tried to hide who I really was. Did I succeed? Hell yeah, because I'm a hard worker. So I succeeded, and people loved it, but I didn't love it. And it took so long for me to realize what it takes to actually get confident. Because becoming confident has happened for me in the past year and a half of my life. It's been the biggest game changer. It's allowed me to step into my power that I never knew I had. And it's allowed me to be the most real, authentic version of who I am. So authentic, I have no problem telling you right now, my feet stink. I knew you would think that's funny, right? Because you look at this picture of this girl and you create this whole story about her, and she's so wonderful, and she doesn't have problems like I do. Oh, hell yeah. I broke my tooth last week. My feet smell horrible. My fiance yells at me about it all the time. I am like normal train wreck person, just like you. But it takes so much confidence to own that. And we live in a world that is so fake. And I am so sick of the fake filters and fake media news and fake stories and fake smiles. It makes me sick. Because I found a way to break through. And I say that, but like I told you, I used to sign up for that whole program, and I signed up and it paid off and it worked for me. However, I was sick of signing up for it, and I was willing to take a chance on me. And I learned a number of things that I want to share with you. And my book will showcase 43 different items, tactics, and strategies for you that you can apply to your life if you're looking to build confidence. And frankly, I don't know anyone that isn't looking to build confidence, myself included. Anytime I have a bad day and I'm down, which happens all the time, it's normal, my mother will say to me, can you please go read your book and call me back? And it's so weird because, first of all, I'm not an author. P.S. If you Google me, it says, Heather Monahan, author. And I think, how crazy is this? But who can you be if you take that mask off? Who are you meant to be if you build your confidence? Who are you going to be if you make it a mission of yours? And I promise you this, I made it a mission for me. I made a choice. Forever, I wanted to get skinny. Forever, I wanted to work out. Forever, my New Year's resolution was to lose 10 pounds. Who else is with me on this, right? Like, we all go through this crap every year. This year, I'm really gonna try to eat healthier, and I'm gonna do a better job committing to my workout. And as I got older and had a child, things changed. And I started thinking, me running around the house trying not to eat isn't the best example for my child. Now, I'm not gonna say I don't still do that. I still do that. I still say, oh my God, I can't eat carbs, I can't carb load. However, one commitment I did make to myself that I'm so proud of, that is such a flippin' amazing example for my kid, is I decided last year, my commitment's not gonna be about losing weight. No. My commitment's gonna be about building the confidence muscle in me. And I created a plan and a strategy. I know you're impressed, but don't be that impressed. And let me tell you why. It didn't happen because I had an epiphany moment one morning and woke up and said, this is what I'm gonna do. It happened because I got fired. Funny now, not so funny a year ago. So July 27th of last year, 17, I had been working for the same company for 14 years. I had ascended to chief revenue officer. I was named one of the most influential women in radio. I made a lot of money. I had a sick career in media, and I was a badass. But I wasn't really my authentic, confident self. I swear to God, and if you don't believe me, go Google me on YouTube and look at some old videos. I do this, and I want you to do this for you too. Not about me, but about you. When I go back every once in a while, and I got this idea from, I have an 11-year-old, you guys have kids, they watch YouTube, right? So I'm always trying to see, what is he watching when I'm not around? So he goes to bed and I stalk his YouTube. So I'm stalking, that's great parenting. And so I'm stalking my kid on his YouTube. And all of a sudden, YouTube starts serving me these videos. And it's David Letterman and Eddie Murphy. Hopefully someone is my age here so they know who Eddie Murphy is. Okay, so to me, Eddie Murphy is like amazing and so confident. And I watched the first time he was ever on David Letterman, and he had a nerdy sweater, and he was sweating, and he looked so nervous. And I thought to myself, oh, God, he looks terrible, what a loser. Because that's what we all do to people, right? So I'm like, oh my God, it's embarrassing. Well, YouTube kept feeding me videos, and then I became my child. I sat in front of YouTube for like an hour and a half. And it kept feeding me Eddie Murphy and David Letterman over a decade. And I watched his progress. And I watched each episode as he practiced, as he built his confidence muscle, how much better he got and more confident he got. And he stopped sweating, and he started dressing cooler, and he started owning who he was, and he started rocking his swag, and I was so excited, and I was freaking out. And after I did that, I thought, I'm gonna go look at me 10, 20 years ago and see, how was I when I used to speak? How was I when I thought I was so great? And I looked back and I thought, loser, what is she doing? You can see me reading from some machine, and I thought I was so good. But the amazing thing that this moment did for me was it taught me, no matter who you are and no matter who you have on a pedestal, we all struggle with confidence. But confidence is about flipping, showing up. Eddie Murphy showed up. He knew he was petrified. He knew he was sweating. I wasn't the only one that saw that, but he had the confidence to walk out there. And confidence is a choice. In any given minute, you are either making the choice and decision to build your confidence muscle or to chip away at it. And when you begin to boil life down to that simplicity, do you know how easy it is to build your confidence? A heck of a lot easier than losing 10 pounds. So that was my decision. So I got fired. I walked into this office I had been going to for 14 years, and I was queen of the empire. And I was told, now that the CEO I worked for forever became ill and appointed his daughter, the new CEO, we no longer have a need for you. Appreciate you being here for 14 years. We're getting rid of your position and you. Would you like to sign this memo? Heather Monahan's been fired. Or would you like to sign this one? Heather Monahan with a glorious career, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at her and I said, I didn't write either. I wouldn't sign something I didn't write, and I was fighting back tears. I left there, I drove home for 3 hours from Naples to Miami, Florida, where I live, and I cried my eyes out, feeling like I had lost everything. I was under a non-compete. I couldn't work in the media industry, in the industry I'd worked for 20 years and had a marquee name and reputation. And I couldn't go back to it. And I climbed under a weighted blanket, and if you don't have one, get one. And I grabbed a bottle of Chardonnay, not a glass. And I let everyone know, if you are negative, do not come in my space. And I did all these interesting things that I look back to now that were brilliant. You need to let people know what you need in any minute, but especially when you're struggling. I can't deal with people's problems right now. I'm on a downward spiral. And if you're not picking me up, you're not working with me, so keep away. And I claimed that space. Even to my child, I said, Mommy can't deal with challenging issues right now. Let Mommy have this space. Let Mommy have the Chardonnay and the blanket. We stayed under that blanket for 2 days. And finally, 2 days in, I said to myself, I've lost everything. My life has fallen apart. I'm a loser. I've been fired. I've never been fired. And the bottom, oh my God, I only have 3 minutes left. I hate this. Okay, anyways, I gotta hurry it. So the bottom line is this. I decided, you know what, I need a plan, and I know business. So I needed a plan, and I couldn't plan out a 5, 10-year plan, because I didn't know what that future vision held. It was too much pressure. I said, I'm gonna build a 30-day plan. And I wrote out 30 days in blocks. And you know what that did for me? It gave me a chance to watch that Eddie Murphy progress. Remember? Because that first day I would write down, I feel like shit and I have nothing and I'm a loser and everything's terrible. And the next day something good would happen. I write, well, I'm really grateful this happened. And all of a sudden I watched something really powerful happen. The day that woman fired me, what actually happened was I fired her. I had a villain in my life, and she had been in my life for over a decade, and she had always hated me. And when you are around people that want to hold you down and kick you down and pull you back, you're around villains, and you will never live to the potential that you can potentially grow to until you fire them. That day, I fired a villain from my life, and the minute I did, really positive people started showing up for me. And sometimes people will say to me, well, that's lucky for you. I don't have positive people. Well, you don't have positive people because you've got a villain somewhere in your life that needs to be fired. Maybe it's a boyfriend. Maybe it's a good friend pretending they're not a villain. Maybe it's a boss like I had that just wants to kick you down and put you down. And maybe you're so used to it that you think it's normal. This is your wake-up call right now. Fire the villain from your life and watch your life begin to take off. Give yourself that 30-day map and watch the progress. And let people know what's going on. I likened it to, if everyone thinks I'm married, no one will ask me out on a date, so you go online dating. If everyone thinks I'm employed and no one knows I just got fired, I've got to let everyone know I got fired. I put it out on social media. And so many people called me and they said, you're crazy, you've lost your mind, you must be depressed. You look like a loser. And I said, guys, I need people to know I'm available. And I'm not gonna allow you to put your self-limiting beliefs on me. I appreciate them for you and that works for you. For me, this is something different because in my life, I've learned this. There is one voice that matters, one opinion that matters, and that's mine. And for you, that's yours, no one else. You will always have that answer for you. And I had that answer for me. So I built that plan. I learned so much. I stopped apologizing. I stopped putting myself down because I had been in an environment where I was allowing for that to happen. I made better decisions. I listened to myself more. I put myself first, and I built my confidence. And that's what led me here today, to take that mask off, to wear jeans when I want, to wear ripped jeans when I want, and to rock who I am. And that's what I want for you too. My book is here for you. It's Confidence Creator. It's amazing, and I guarantee you're gonna love it. I will be here to sign it for you. Can't wait to speak with you guys after, but right now we're gonna jump into a panel, so thank you.